Good morning, welcome. I am looking up some music, so if you are just joining, if you could put in the chat where you're tuning in from. I'm here in Salt Lake City. It is a overcast day and we'll probably have 70 as our high, so it's still nice weather. Okay, so we'll get started with a little theme and kind of tune in to where the energy is today. So find a comfortable seat, and we just came out of this full moon in Scorpio, and so some big energy there, lots of eclipses, and so it can feel like the energy is kind of tumultuous, right? And so we come back to our mats and we ground, reconnect, get clear on the direction we're going in, and also trust into that life force energy that supports us, that has our back, and even has a bigger, greater plan than we can even understand. So let's start with hands at heart center. I'm sure before you came here, there was perhaps some thinking, maybe even overthinking. And so let your mind settle and start to drop your energy into your heart space. Start to take some cleansing breaths, inhaling, exhaling. Connect to the rhythm of your heartbeat. Connect to the rhythm of your breath. And allowing both of those rhythms, the breath rhythm, the heart rhythm, to have a little moment of dance and connection. Drawing awareness of the earth up through the pelvic floor, through the lower half of the torso. Let it land at the heart. Let your connection to source come down through your crown, third eye, throat, and into your heart. So everything is connecting at the heart space. Draw your hands into Anjali Mudra, prayer hands, bow your head, and just take a moment to set an intention for your practice if you have one. When you're complete with that intention, blink your eyes open. Take one hand to this side. I'm taking left. You can take left or right. And opposite arm reaches up and over. Open up the lung there and take in as much breath as you can. Inhale. The arm that's overhead, take it to the opposite knee and open up the back. Exhale. Inhale, lift up, Exhale, release that arm back to starting. Opposite arm, inhale. Really fill up in that lung, stretching, opening, expanding on that inhale. Exhale, opposite hand, opposite knee, open in the back there. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release down. One more time each side. Inhale, lung opens. Now exhale, a little rotation with flexion of the spine. Inhale up. Exhale down. Other side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, opposite hand to opposite knee. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Let's uncross the legs to the opposite position, so the awkward position. Just hold your knees here as you sit up nice and tall. Close your eyes. Connecting to the energy of this day. It's a new day for me. Some of you might be in the afternoon or evening, depending on where you're tuning in from. Just tune into the energy of this time of day for you. How much light is coming in through your windows? What's the temperature like? Is the air dry or humid? Turning on all of your senses to become more present, more aware. Sweeping your arms wide and up to the sky. Inhale. And then ab strength here. You're leaning back, uncrossing your legs, and then hands to knees. Start with a rounded spine, chin to chest. Inhale, open up, arms go wide, reach behind you. You can even set your fingertips down if you want. And exhale, sweep your arms around your body, round through your back. 2 more times. Sweep back. Either you can interlace the fingers here, fingertips down, or just reach back. Open your heart space, smile up, look up. Exhale, chin to chest, bow. Good. One more for good measure. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round. This time we'll float our hands down our legs and just kind of hug into yourself. This is a nice little back body opening. If you need more hamstring stretch, straighten out your legs. If your low back feels really, really tight here, bend your knees more. Inhale, sweep your arms to sky. As you exhale, place your hands down, little lift of the hips and wiggle of the hips. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. So let your root chakra release, let go. Good. And then we're going over to our side. So I am actually going to change the angle of my mat and we're going to a side lying position. So you're right here on your forearm. I'm on right forearm. That's what I'll cue. And then you're taking your left leg. We're going to do kind of, this is going to feel like dance class for a minute. You're pointing your toe up to the ceiling, grabbing the leg anywhere on the leg, and then right back down and stack the hip. Yep. So again, rotate, let this top hip move back, grab the leg, you can move the ankle around a little bit, and then back down. Maybe add a little rotation here. Good. Couple more times, lifting that leg. We're just doing big movements to warm up the hip joint here. Rotate. Last one, inhale, lift up. This time as you exhale, look over your shoulder, bend that top leg. Either just point your toe back or grab the foot for a quadriceps stretch. Check in with your neck. Because you're in a side lying position, the neck might get tired. So rotate the head a little bit. Good. The foot you're holding onto is the foot that's going to go over that bottom leg. figure four. Right here, you're just relaxing into this one. No need to lift the legs up, just kind of start to wiggle. Dorsiflex that left ankle and just kind of wiggle the legs back and forth, back and forth. You might not even feel a stretch here, that's okay. I just want you to kind of ease into the hip stretch. So if you saw, I just picked up my right foot for a second just to feel that stretch a little deeper, just for a moment. Good, and let's throw in a little spinal twist to finish on this side. Oh yeah, so this could be more gentle, stacking the legs. You could start to sweep the leg like you're riding a bike. Good. Now from here, you can just turn around and flip, or flip around so that you can still see me. Okay, so we're starting with that kick up, grab the leg, and then bring it down, maybe a little rotation. So the hip stacked, now let the hip go back. Kick, grab the leg. So we're moving through big articulation at that hip joint. So if the kick is too much, you could just come to a knee lift, kind of do like a clamshell. A couple more times. Last one. Good, pause. This is a quad stretch too. You don't have to grab the ankle. So you could just take your leg back, reach it back, and that's stretching your hip flexor and your quad. If you do want that quad stretch, grab the foot. Being mindful that you're not sinking into this. So push into the forearm, getting those obliques to work here. Breathe. Doing poses that help us continue to move forward, right? So those quads help us move forward. So let's switch on to our backs. Figure four with that leg you just stretched. Now it gets a hip stretch. Just relax here. Maybe lift up the left foot a little bit. See how that feels. Good, and then turn this into a spinal twist. Cross the legs over, maybe you bicycle that top leg a little bit. Extend your right arm. Good job, come to center. We're gonna work on some spinal articulation. Sorry I'm moving so much today, but just trying to find the best angle here. Okay, let's see. Let's go here with that. And we are going through pressing the low back into the earth, tucking the tailbone, lifting the hips, and then rolling back down. So I invite you to connect with your breath. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lowering down. So I'm kind of a short person, so I might be going faster than you. You can go slower. You can take your time. This is for you, following your breath rhythm. The next time you bring your hips up, just like we did earlier, you're shaking your hips, releasing rumination. So if we're having thoughts that are anxious or in fear, that's going to tighten up our root chakra where we're supposed to feel safe and connected, right? So shake that energy off that keeps you from feeling supported. And then we'll open up to the affirmation, I am safe. As we bring our feet together, open your knees, open your palm. I am safe. Inhale, I am. Exhale, safe. Good. Take your arms overhead. Point your toes, straighten out your legs, reach into equal and opposite directions. And then bring your knees into chest. So first push into your feet, tuck your tailbone, and feel your low back lengthen as you bring your knees to chest, and just circle your knees around. Go the other way. And then we'll keep the big toes touching. We'll reach the knees away, open the knees, pull the knees in, and the knees go away. Yep. And then go the other way, pull into the chest, out wide. Good. Set your feet on the earth. Bring your knees inward. Walk your feet out. You can do a little windshield wiping as you make your way there. Once your knees are together, feet out, the pinky toe edges lift. Take your left hand to belly, right hand to heart, and just connect with your breath. Separate the knees, bring the knees into chest. You can roll to your side and help yourself up, or start rocking and rolling the length of your spine. And come on up to a seated position. We're going to bring our knees towards the screen. Take a breath here, inhale. As you exhale, you're rotating away from your knees. Inhale, come back to center. You can reach that opposite hand to the shin or the knee. And exhale, rotate. One more, inhale, kind of an awkward hip opener, spinal twist. Exhale. Good, come to seated. Start some windshield wiping with your knees here. And we'll go to the other side. So stack the knees, the opposite side here. You're rotating away from the knees, releasing in the back, rotating towards the knees. Good job. Come to center, Baddha Konasana, feet together, shake it out like a butterfly, just using the space around you to release, to let go, and to find freedom. Okay, coming back to these seated poses, find the position that feels most comfortable. We're going back to some of the poses we did at the beginning, and we're going to add to that. So we started left hand down, right arm up. Inhale. Exhale, round through the back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down, other side. Inhale. Exhale, opposite hand, opposite knee, round through the back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale, round. Inhale, up, both arms, inhale. And exhale, fold. We're working into deeper hip opening. So if your hips are super tight today, you're doing little pulses until you can hold this, okay? Uncross the legs, cross them your second favorite way. Let's go through that one more time each side. Inhale, up. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, left arm. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Both arms. Exhale, dive. This might feel a little bit different on this side. For me, it's a lot tighter. So easing into this hip opener. Slowly come on up. Good work. We are now moving on to our lunge series. So if you have blocks, grab them now. We'll start out in lunge with the right leg forward, left leg back, modified lunge. Start more conservative, shorter stance. Ease into the lunge there and then shift back. See if you need to lengthen your stance or shorten your stance. Nice and slow. Always moving with breath. Breath is going to inspire that opening, that release. Every time we come out of an eclipse season or a full moon, it's like we have to recalibrate, right? So we come back into our bodies, we breathe, we get present. It's kind of like, you know, if you say, for instance, like, okay, so if you've ever had, I've had this happen, a cat that jumps in the washing machine or the dryer and it's the dryer that my cat jumped into. And they get tumbled around a little bit and then they get out of the dryer and then they are like in shock and then they just shake it off, right? That's kind of what we have to do every time there's new energy. When that new energy comes, a lot of times it's inviting the old energy to go. So let's pause in hamstring stretch, inviting old energy to exit out of the body with exhales through the mouth. So inhale through the nose, open mouth, exhale. 2 more times. Inhale, float up, receive that new energy that's supportive, that's light-filled, love-filled. Exhale, old energy. One more time. Inhale, receiving the new support that's being given to us. Exhale, old ways that no longer serve. Kind of like the scorpion from the full moon in Scorpio that's releasing that old layer of skin. At one point it was protective and helpful, and eventually it's outdated. So send your leg back, that right leg, and you're shaking it like you're trying to shake off old skin, old energy, old beliefs, old ways of living, and inviting something new that's brighter, that's more supportive, more loving as you take that left leg forward. Inhale, breathe that in. And exhale, shift back. And I'm just going to let you go on your own for a few more breaths, forward and back. Close your eyes if you can and feel into your body. What's going on with your body today? What's it asking for? On this last one, we'll scoot the blocks back a little bit. Take an inhale, fill up in your back. Exhale, open mouth, breath, making that ha sound. 2 more times. Inhale. What's coming in? What are you receiving? Exhale. What are you releasing? One more time. Inhale. Everything you need is right here. Breathe it in. What's holding you back is no longer helpful. Let it out. All right. Send that left leg back. Shake it out like you're shaking off that last bit of old skin, that old protective layer that we thought was keeping us safe, and maybe it was for a while. Opening up to something new. Bring your knees together and then take your blocks, if you have them, out in front. Place your hands on top, child's pose. And if you want more space for your belly, for belly breaths, that's a good idea. Take your knees wide. On your next inhale, if you do have blocks, bring them up to the highest position, a bigger shoulder opener as you bow for 2 more breaths. Inhale, come on up. And working through thread the needle. So bring your knees under your hips. Take your right arm to the sky. Inhale, thread the needle, pause. As you come to the side of your head, left arm reaches forward or around the back. Take your left hand under your left shoulder. Free that right arm. We're shaking off. Again, old energy out through the periphery. Shake, 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 shake. And pause. Left arms turn. Inhale. Lift up. Exhale. Thread the needle as you come down. Feel the side of your head press and just give a little bit of effort in pushing the head down to support the neck. Right arm can float up. It can come forward. It can stay right under the shoulder. You can move it around. And right hand down, push into the earth. Lift that left arm to the sky. Lift, lift, lift. And then exhale, shake it off. There's a little bit of old skin, old energy left in that arm. Let it go, shake it off. Perfect. Let's take an egg pose. So knees together, arms by your side. Tuck into a tight ball. Slide your hands forward, stretch your wrists here. Slowly come up to Virasana. If you need to kneel, just come to kneeling, that's fine. If Virasana works for you, pause here, hands to heart center. Good. On your next inhale, open your heart space. You can stay here or you can come to kneeling. And then exhale, round through your spine. 2 more just like that. You can kneel or stay down with your hips. And exhale, round through your spine. 2 more. Inhale, big stretch, open heart. Exhale, round. This time, inhale, come up, hands to hips from kneeling or seated, and lean back. So you can also have blocks behind you and use those for support. We're opening those hip flexors, okay? So listen to your body. You can work in and out of this. You can hold it. Here we go. Find a range of motion that feels good in your body. Maybe that is just your static hold. You can also do this right at the hips, no biggie. You could be here and just kind of lean back and come back to starting. Good job. Release your blocks if you're using them. Swing your legs out in front of you. And you're in Dandasana. From here, slight bend in the knees. cat-cow a little bit. Circle the spine, shift around. And sweep your arms to the sky. Big inhale, exhale. Paschimottanasana. This is a big back body stretch. So again, as we know, things are changing very rapidly, and it can be a shock to the body. Like, what's gonna happen, right? We go into that anxiousness. And a really good practice is for us to surrender and to trust that our source, that divine love and light, is holding us in grace always. So this fold right here is you saying, okay, I surrender. Open your back to that support. And when we trust in that support, then we feel a little bit more courageous, a little bit more brave to step out into the world. So let's do that by lifting up. So I have right knee bent, left leg straight, coming onto the shins, top of the foot toenails. Inhale, lift up. Courageously reaching out from your center, serving, giving, loving a little deeper. Exhale, release, rotate right arm to left leg. 2 more times. So inhale, come up, stretch, strengthening the back body. And exhale, we come back to softening, lengthening, releasing. And last time, inhale, lift up, inhale, 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 stretch, back bend. This is an energizing pose. And then this is a calming pose, finding balance in both. Perfect. We'll do the other side, swing your legs around. So find that position where your knee is happy. Your foot could maybe be closer to the hips or further away. And exhale, let everything settle. And inhale, when you're ready, lift up, stretch, open, expand. Exhale, release. Come back to a calming, settling posture. This is a great one for your low back. You can connect with your low back if you want. And next inhale, lifts us up, bravely, courageously doing the thing that's maybe a little scary. And exhale, release, calm. So when we reach outside of our center and give and serve, we got to come back to those calming moments, right? One more. Take that calming moment to just be with yourself, fold into yourself, maybe touch the low back, thank the low back for supporting you. Good. All right. Coming to center, we'll have hands on shoulders. Just kind of finish up a few shoulder things, neck things, and then deeper hip openers, and then you'll be good to go. We might even end a little early today. Okay. So let's just focus on one side. Let's go left side. So you're going to bring that left arm in, give it a little hug. Use your left hand to feel into your neck, your shoulder. Maybe move the head around. And then extend that arm. Wiggle the shoulder a little bit. Good. Now sweep that arm around. Sweep, sweep, sweep until it can't go any further. Then fingertips to the earth. Rotate away from that arm that you're stretching. So look away from that arm that's behind you. You can touch the neck. See if you're holding tension in the neck here. breathing, breathing, breathing. And then pause, come back to center. Right hand on right shoulder, just circle around a little bit. There might be some snap, crackle, pop kind of feeling and sounds. Take that arm in and use that right hand to touch your neck, to massage a little bit, to touch your shoulder. And then extend that arm, open up through your chest, through your heart as you stretch your rhomboid muscles and the back of your shoulder, the posterior deltoid muscles. And then open that arm. So you're not rotating your body in that direction. Keep your body square. Take your hands back, fingertips down, and look in the opposite direction. From here, you could bring your chin down. You could bring your chin up. You could bring your head over. Maybe even touch the neck. See where your neck needs some extra attention, some support. Good. Come back to center. And we'll pause, meditate for about 30 seconds before we make our way to our hip floor openers. Wiggling the fingers and toes. Okay, we're going into pigeon. You could do this as a figure four. So let me show you all the options. We'll focus on the right hip. You can either just do figure four here. We did this earlier, lying on our backs. You can do that and reach through the window. Or you can do traditional pigeon, where that right leg comes into that external rotation, swinging around the left leg back behind you, and then bringing the hips to square. Okay, so this is where I'm going to go today, but you can do that figure four on your back. And we'll take about 10 breaths here. And you're welcome to stay a little bit longer if you're ready to come out of this posture. You don't have to make it pretty, just kind of get your way out of there, get yourself out of there until you can shake that leg again. So back to releasing rumination. Plug this in, maybe get some music again. And shake, shake, shake. And then maybe move the leg around a little bit, circles around. And then you're taking that leg behind the other knee, so to the outside even. We're just gonna rock and roll forward and back here. A big hip opener here. And if this is too much, you can just uncross the legs and shift your hips forward and back. Good job. Let's go to the other side. So again, you know, figure four, we've done that today. You can do that on your back. You can do it seated, or bring your left knee forward, kick your foot out a little bit so this foot is kind of pointing towards this right hip. Wiggling, wiggling, wiggling. until you find a point where you can settle in 10 full Ujjayi breaths. All right, you're welcome to stay longer if you need more time on this side. If you're ready to come out, you can start to shake that leg out. Do some circles. Good. All right, let's flip onto our backs now. We made it. You might want to get a drink of water. So when we're doing these poses, we can start to move toxicity through the body. And so it's super important that we're drinking a lot of water, just like you would after a massage. And so slowly start to lie onto your back, wiggle around a little bit. Coming into more of a cooling breath. So you could even, this is a good one for summer, if you can curl your tongue like a straw, cools the body, and then exhale through the mouth. Whatever your body needs right now, I recommend coming onto your back and shaking your arms and legs like a child throwing a fit. So you're doing this, yeah. Release that old energy. I'm taking my own advice. I'm gonna drink some water. Good. Let's go into our spinal twist. So this time we'll scoot the hips over to the right a little bit, knees to the left, arms to a T. And then we'll do that little bicycle thing we did earlier. So bicycle the leg. And then kick that leg out, iliotibial band stretch. Try and reach your toe, big toe towards the floor. Ease into that. Yep. Exhales through the mouth. That's really going to help release tension in the body. My dog has the cutest look right now. He's just gazing at me so lovingly. I've got to show you how cute he looks. Oh, he's so cute. My little shadow. All right, from here, bring the knees in, bring the hips to center, tuck into a ball, squeeze. So it's like squeezing out toxicity. What are you releasing here? Roll around on your back and release it out as you reach your arms overhead, legs out, stretch, stretch, stretch. And then let's go second side. So scoot your hips to the left a little bit. Scooting the hips is going to deepen the twist. So if you don't want to deepen the twist, keep your hips centered. Knees over now to the opposite direction. And then the top leg is bicycling. Yep, just getting some synovial fluid moving in that joint. Not just the hip joint, the knee joint, the ankle joint, down through the toes, yeah? And arms to a T if they're not already there, and then extend that leg, internal rotation, so the big toes reaching to the floor, getting that iliotibial band stretch. Exit out through your mouth, exit out old stale air. Good job. Bring your knees up, hips to center. And then if you need any other postures, you can take them now. If you are ready for Shavasana, we're going to have a good 5-minute Shavasana. So just start to work your way into the most comfortable position you can. If you have any blankets, pillows, eye covers that you'd like to use, you can grab those now. And just practicing surrender, letting go and receiving. And gently drawing your attention back into your body. Starting to wiggle your toes, your fingers. Shimmying your shoulders, shaking your hips. Taking your time, rolling over to one side or the other, making a pillow with your arms, bend your knees, and pause for several more breaths. when you're ready, coming to a seated position, perhaps sitting on a bolster or a block if you're still feeling tight in the hips. And returning back to your heart space. This is where we started. High-fiving the heart, connecting the earth energy, the more humanistic type energy, and then the more spiritual, ethereal energies settling into the heart to find balance here at your center. And so thank you for practicing today, for taking this time out for yourself to make yourself a priority so that you can show up as your best self in the world. And the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and I thank you for your support. Thank you, Mom, Jan, and David for commenting. And I appreciate all of your support, whether it's energetic. If you're able to donate, that is helpful. We get 100% of the donations now, which is super kind and generous of Insight Timer to be doing that now. So I am very, very grateful for that. So if you're able to donate monetarily, that's wonderful. If not, do what you can, whether that's just becoming one of my friends in my Mindful Moments group with Chrissy Scavezze. If you add me as a friend, then you can support me in the other things that I offer on Insight Timer. And so we'll just plan on same time next week. I have not